The mirror concept is one of reality's most potent ideas, capable of drastically altering our lives for all time. There is no action-oriented approach or plan involved in this huge shift. This idea has to do with the kind of person you wish to be. For instance, if your goal is to become a billionaire, you really have to achieve this on the inside before it can show up on the outside. If not, you'll keep going from place to place, believing that you are the source of the issue. The first lesson to be learned from this concept is that nothing outside of you will change if you don't change within. This is the mirror principle's essential component. You will transform everything you touch into gold if you can grasp this idea. But doing so means facing your own inner demons, your own mirror, and certain things you may find offensive. This video is for you if you're genuinely ready for a big transformation. I'll also be sharing with you in this video an exercise that is still very important to me. We're going to explore this idea and show you how it can really transform your life now. Your connection with the world, or rather, with reality itself, your inner and outward worlds, is reflected back to you via the mirror of reality. When I say that, what do I mean? All right, let's return to the wealthy case. The mirror of reality will respond. Oh, that's what you believe. If your connection with money is one of inability to make money or poor skill at it, okay, that's okay. Here's additional proof that you are incapable of earning money. And as a result, you will encounter more situations in life that support your theory and the claim you are making. Thus, I want you to keep this important issue in mind. This means that the outside world is really our internal reality, since the outside world is really a mirror, created by the picture. Upon close inspection, we can see that the majority of people are becoming more and more engrossed in the chaos of the outer world. Many of us have lost touch with our inner essence, our inner knowledge, as a result of being overtaken by social media, technology, and the daily grind. Let's investigate the 4 keys that will provide you the ability to mold reality to fit your wishes. One of the most often discussed concepts in the law of attraction, for instance, is that reality functions as a mirror, and our goal is to alter it. Realizing that the mirror of reality reflects both your connection with the outside world and your relationship with yourself is the first essential component of the mirror principle. Stated differently, your reflection of your own self-perception and worldview is what you see when you look into the mirror of reality. If you believe that you are unworthy, the mirror will only reinforce that perception. I'm not up to par. I'm not good enough. And the mirror will react, so I can't do this. You are insufficient. Here's further evidence that you are unworthy. The signals you send to the mirror of reality determine the reflection. In some aspects, the mirror of reality resembles a devoted friend who is always ready to confirm your beliefs. We must so learn to alter the picture we present in front of the mirror, rather than attempting to directly alter the reflected image. This is comparable to trying to influence someone. The probability that someone will do precisely what is prohibited increases when we tell them straight away, "Don't do that." But if we choose to inspire and motivate, offering strong arguments against doing certain things and outlining any possible drawbacks, the individual will be more receptive to our influence and be more likely to listen. Our objective is to indirectly impact our planet. The mirror of reality does nothing more than amplify your words. It will always represent your beliefs about who you are, what you believe to be real, and how you see the world. Kindly keep in mind that this is one of the most important keys. How do we alter this is the current question. How do we break out of this cycle and make a deliberate decision about what we want? You must develop your own paradigm, identity, and worldview to assist you understand how to construct your identity. Let me give you an example. First and foremost, it's critical to clarify your long-term goals. In the ultimate picture, for instance, 10 years from now, what daily activity do you see yourself engaging in? What does your life consist of that allows you to always learn new things? And consider, who am I being at this moment? What qualities and attributes do I possess when I possess, and engage in all of these activities? This is really important. Next, think about your perspective. When you are experiencing this reality, how do you see the world? With all of this going on, how do you see the world? Take a minute to manifest some strong affirmations. Make affirmations about who you are and how you view yourself first. You can say something like, I am deserving. I possess the alchemist's magic touch, which is why I attract plenty. Next, choose affirmations that align with your worldview. For instance, everything works to my advantage. Everything proceeds in accordance with the divine plan and at the appropriate moment. Get ready to see a remarkable shift as you commit to internalizing and repeating these affirmations every day. Your perception of reality and how you see the world will start to alter right in front of your eyes. You don't have to give up if something seems impossible for you right now to succeed in it tomorrow. Everything requires patience, time, and practice. Thus, be mindful of your time. However, don't allow any concerns to prevent you from doing the remarkable. Thus, be sure to set aside some time to do this task. It has the capacity to totally transform your life. Let's now discuss K2. You must recognize that the reflections we see in the physical world are created gradually. Why? This is the reason. By shutting our eyes and imagining what we desire, we can quickly generate a picture in our inner world. In this reality, that is how things operate. But since matter is within, things take time to materialize in the third dimension, the physical realm. Since matter is dense, it cannot defy natural rules to instantaneously materialize everything. This takes use to the following K. For your wish to materialize, you must cling to the belief you have created for a sufficient amount of time. What does this signify? It implies that until your objective becomes clear, you have to stick to the identity and worldview you have developed. Take on the persona of someone who is already what you want to be to begin with. Consider how that individual may behave and maintain that identity for a sufficient amount of time. There's an intriguing phenomenon. People begin to realize that their lives have ups and downs. As they begin to go through this, they form an identity and a belief, hoping for their objective to be realized, but the outcome takes time to materialize. Then their belief starts to disappear along with their emotions. Now, as soon as your mood hits its lowest point, it manifests itself rather abruptly. When it does, however, it takes some time to reflect your prior pessimistic outlook. Then, since what is manifesting is only mirroring your feelings, it starts to disintegrate once again. In this sense, a type of wave or cycle that happens in your life, and from which you are unable to break free, arises. There's no escaping the ups and downs you encounter. The secret is to never waver from the identity and perspective you have built, as this is the best method to encourage big changes in your life. Let's go on to the second key, which I have been practicing every day, and which I believe has a significant influence. You must realize that your ideas are not reflected in the mirror of reality. Rather, they are reflections of stuff that has been cleansed. I'll quickly clarify what I mean. Consider it. If you're always complaining, yet your complaints have a purpose, For example, I detest my spouse, my employer, my dead-end work, and the debts I have to pay. The mirror reflects the particular substance of your hatred, not the hate itself. For instance, I detest paying bills. You get more bills as a consequence. I detest my job. And other circumstances crop up to make you even less happy at work. That is precisely how it occurs. Your life will continue to mirror your complaints about what you lack and don't want, which will provide you additional reasons to reinforce your identity and worldview. This is the main distinction between an abundant mindset and a scarcity mentality. It's only a matter of seeing the glass as half full, as opposed to half empty. It's easy to put this into practice in your life. Concentrate on your goals and your current possessions. You must begin concentrating on what you currently have in order to bring about any kind of change. All of your possessions, your accomplishments, your lovely family, and the things you want in life. Simply pause and reflect. What is it that I desire? What would really transform my life into an exploration? What do you think about that? What is the sensation? As long as your goals are clear, the picture might be blur. And when you do that, and you keep your attention on what you want, you start to go outside of your comfort zone, which closes the gap between your existing life and your ideal life. That makes up key 3. Let's now discuss key 4. Not to be overlooked is the mirror cycle. This will permanently alter things since you won't be as unsure of your actions. If you can learn to control this mirror cycle on your own, it will be as if reality is shifting right before your eyes. Everything begins with the discovery. What outdated mindset did you previously possess? All the grievances, the awful things that have occurred in the past, or the decisions that were done without thinking. That is the time that is now. For example, you notice that you have expenses to pay and a job you don't enjoy. When you look at the present and utilize this to shape your attitude or image. The internal attitude, ideas, and emotions that we project into the mirror are what I mean when I use the term image, when the picture is formed. The mirror can only reflect it. Hence, it takes on the shape of the reflected picture and reflects reality. However, most individuals often end themselves staring at their mirror once again and being caught in this vicious cycle. Most individuals get into an addictive trap like this one. As they continue to observe and follow that same pattern, they eventually come to the conclusion that this is occurring again. I'm not sure what I'm doing incorrectly. After that, they experiment with various approaches and plans. They experiment with business plans and launch various ventures, but to no avail. It seems to be effective temporarily. They get ecstatic about it. However, they revert to that behavior pattern due to their inability to alter internally. But there's something really crucial I want you to keep in mind. This is due to the fact that neither identity nor worldview are fundamentally changing. For most individuals, the best course of action is to reverse this process. They begin by seeing, then proceed to create the picture, and finally the reflection. This is the puppet standard cycle. However, you must break free from this pattern if you want to become a genuine maker of your reality, a co-creator. I know this since I went through it for a long time in my own life, but everything changed the moment I understood how this loop worked. We begin with the desired picture in order to interrupt this loop. We avoid looking within for self-analysis. We stop examining our present situation as we start to understand that it is only the result of prior choices that have shaped the world we live in today. If you don't accept this, nothing will change. I deliberately pick today if I want to influence tomorrow. Thus, we begin with the picture, and the mirror is forced to begin reflecting it gradually, in little quantities. When we choose the image and declare, "Hey, this is what I want, and this is what I have," even minor adjustments will take time and occur gradually. What should we do now? Rather than noticing, we verify. We examine ourselves in the mirror to find out what works. And we think, "Oh, that's working. Look, that happened," when we see the reflection. You will eventually realize that others are starting to accept you better. If you wish to get greater confidence, you'll notice that things are improving. If you are hoping to enhance any part of your company or employment, even when everything in your world seems to be crumbling, you are only paying attention to the evidence that supports the worldview and identity you have chosen for yourself. The goal is to just keep doing it. And the more you do it, the more it will grow and become something you could never have imagined. Your life will radically alter if you use these ideas. It's true, guys. I'm giving this to you since I tried it, and it truly did work when I first started out on my spiritual path. When I saw the results, I saw how ridiculous I had been. Beyond my wildest expectations, I began to get things that I had desired. We uncover an underlying force that we often ignore when we delve further into the mirror of reality. In actuality, our worldview, identity, and values are reflected in what we see around us. The key to change, however, is that we need actively mold our destiny with our ideal selves and goals in mind, not simply by watching reality unfold. The mirror of reality reacts to our new image by gradually changing little by little. The mirror of reality is limitless. It reacts only to that which we provide to it. We may transform our lives by concentrating on what we have and what we desire, and by adopting an abundant attitude, much like the alchemist who converts lead into gold. In the end, our trip through the mirror of reality is a celebration of human capacity for creation, innovation, and supremacy, as well as a quest for the truth inside. It is my wish that this information would serve as a beacon for you on your life's path, enabling you to bring your aspirations to life. I appreciate you joining me on this trip. I encourage you to like and subscribe to our channel if this video spoke to you. In order for others to benefit from this message, please share this video with them. Additionally, don't forget to leave a comment below with your ideas, insights, and experiences. Once again, I appreciate you joining me and watching. I'll see you soon, and take care.